Hey everyone, Fervid here, and welcome back to Reverse 1999 for something that I should do beforehand. Now, I could tell you that in the achievement section in the game of Reverse 1999, you can actually get themes just by completing the full-on objectives on the achievements. I think it is, that's what it tells me. So, as every event, there's always a new anecdote. I may have missed the last event's anecdote, which is Kajira, you know, the snake girl. But we're gonna be doing an anecdote of a very popular character among, well, certain communities. But, well, I like her. Everybody likes her. Her name is Tennant, I believe. So, let's go ahead and enter this and go through the entire anecdote before I continue on with the story of chapter 11. And of course, I get a free little number can. And as always, there's always going to be extra rewards for completing the entire thing, which is either Tennant's personal anecdote, or not anecdote, Sayub, which is something like, if you're going for Honkai Star Rail references, it's a light cone. Something that buffs a character. So we're going to go through her 7 parts of the story, and of course, this being in non-dialogue, I will read it for you guys. So, let's go ahead and read the Hope Diamond. And of course, in the background of every anecdote, it's always an incomplete picture before we go to the full picture, and it'll change throughout the story. So, yeah, stay sober, stay focused. And apparently, for the character, she's always a hit with the ladies. Or, as she refers to herself as he. I mean, I'm not judging. That's what the notes always say. Or at least her lore. The Diamond Con. Yeah. That's the whole story's thing. Diamonds. It was in the 13th century when European merchants first encountered this fabled gem of kings. If you're asking about what it means to diamonds for, it's because her Tennant's arcanum revolves around diamonds. She literally turns her enemies into diamonds so she can shatter them with her diamond-piercing bullets. Which is just odd, but I mean, she also uses her diamond arcanum to make a shield for her allies. Just a little tidbit. By the 14th century, Venetian craftsmen began cutting and polishing them to remove their flaws. In the 15th century, Archduke Maximilian of Austria presented a diamond engagement ring to Marie de Bourgogne. If that's how you pronounce it, I apologize. If that's how I try pronouncing that one. That last name, I cannot. I try my best. Marking the first use of the stone as a symbol of eternal love. Like, yeah, it's facts. What could be more beautiful of a marriage than presenting an engagement ring that is a diamond? By the 16th century, Antwerp controlled 40% of the world's diamond trade. They maintain a dominant share of the industry even today. Then, during the 17th century, a passionate French gem hunter carried off a massive blue diamond from India's Kollur mine. After it was polished and cut, he named it the French Blue. A speakeasy. Love it. The French Blue. A fitting name indeed. Your knowledge of diamonds impresses me deeply, madam. The man raises a glass of golden champagne, and the one receiving his toast accepts it with calm poise.
Oui?
She is French, that's why I can tell. Like I mentioned, I try to find her lore. There's not a mention of a she, there's always a he in referral. Either that's a typo on their side, or intentional. I'm not too sure. It's just my thought here, but it's a she. Alright, trouble is, when it comes to diamonds, there's always a mix of truth and fiction. One thing is true enough, The diamond ring I bought my ex-wife cost me $3,000. A sly smile tugs at the man's lips. Diamonds are fitting symbols of love. On that, I must wholeheartedly agree. I have to say I enjoy all of this diamond talk, madam. Oh, I forgot to ask your name. He extends his hand, inviting the woman to take it. Fleming Longan, Eternal Trade Manager. Tennant slips off her glove and claps the scarred hand.
Bonjour.
Bretty Cassette. I deal in jewels occasionally. If that's how I'm not supposed to pronounce that. If I pronounce this name wrong, I apologize. Please let me know. Madame Cassette. I heard from our host you were recovering from another bout of gastritis. You must be mistaken. I've never had gastritis. The only thing that plagues me is a bad tooth. But Mr. Rolls has found me an excellent dentist, bringing him all the way from Austria just for a little toothache. Fleming narrows his eyes, thumb rubbing the silver ring on his pinky. After a pause, he downs his champagne. I suppose that must be it. Apologies, Madame Cassette. I've only just arrived from America. I'm still feeling out the atmosphere.
Fabulous.
I presume you're seeking new opportunities in Paris, then. I may just be able to make some introductions. Is it true you brought a shipment of classic typewriters along with you? The man taps his empty champagne glass impatiently. Let me give this to you straight. I'm always happy to make a new friend, but if you're after my business, the answer is no. I might be new here, madame, and you may as well be enchanting, but I didn't get this far by trusting dames with smiles as quick and crooked as yours. Barrett. I'm trying to pronounce the name right. It hits the wall earlier than expected, yet the accusation doesn't break her stride. Of course. How can I object? Caution is a virtue in our line of work. Enjoy the party, Madame Cosette. Eternity! She is again. Well said, Fleming. Knowing how to enjoy yourself is a fine thing. A woman in a brilliant blue gown, appears at their side. Her voice is soft and sleepy, betraying a growing weariness with the party. The white-haired woman's gaze lingers on Tennant for a long while, but neither speaks. After their silent exchange, Fleming feels the need to step in. This is Miss Adelita, a friend. I invited her to join me tonight. Madame Cosette here is a talkative jeweler. We were just discussing the history of diamonds.
Oui?
I do believe we left off on the French blue. I can only imagine how a gem like that would pair beautifully with your attire tonight, if only it were mine to give. Diamonds hold little novelty for me. The elegantly dressed woman makes a weary show of her indifference to jewels and of flattery. Tennant finds herself at a rare loss for words. I think you'll find Madame Cosette, in fact, I'm trying to pronounce this again, has a wealth of knowledge beyond the topic of jewels. I'm sure she'll find something that'll take your interest. And my sleeve got stuck in the chair. Alas, I have no interest left to give. The drinks here are too strong to suit conversation. I should return to my hotel. Please, madam. It's much too early to leave. The night is only just about to come alive. All the better for you, Mr. Fleming. I wouldn't want you to miss me too much. But... Gotta yawn. But all I want now is a good radio drama before bed. How about I take you to a late-night comedy show instead? Only I've got a matter to settle with Mr. Draloom first. A night wasted on comedy and pawnbrokers? You aren't making a very convincing offer, darling. The man is caught in a clear dilemma. unwilling to leave the party but loath to see her go so soon. Perceptive as ever, Adelita catches his hesitation. Okay. 10, Fleming. I'll wait until 10, but not 1 moment later. You've got a deal. I'll go see if I can speak to Mr. Jerome now and free myself before 9:30. After that, we will still have time to talk. Hiccups. I'll be waiting, but only for so long. She turns around the bar. She turns toward the bar. I keep misreading it. The arms dealer sighs, first to himself, then to no one, before hurrying off. I don't know why I'm blinded. Tennant wastes little time before following the mysterious woman. Adelita leans with her back to the corner, looking at her expectantly. Adelita, that name stirs the imagination.
Oops.
Forgive me, I've forgotten. What was your name?
What a fine lady you are.
She's always trying to get off women. No matter what. I think she's either. It's no small wound to be forgotten by such a beauty. It was, and it is, Madame Cosette.
Bonjour.
But if you indulge me, Bertie is the only name I'd ask you to use. Bertie, it's got a lovely ring to it. Keep in mind, if you don't know about Eternity, she is an arcanist who is apparently very immortal. I think she's either a vampire, but she's not, which is weird. But she is, after all, eternally living. She's pretty much bored of everything now, after a very long time. Like, really. Now, where was I? Adelita's response suggests she isn't averse to conversation, so Tennant presses further. Adelita, I hope you don't mind my asking. Mr. Longan, is he your travel companion? In the most basic sense, we both recently arrived from the States, but I only just met him today. But allow me a question, Bertie. How do you say that name? Bertie. What made you approach him at this party? I'm getting yawning. Truth is, I was told he was aiming to sell submachine guns through the underground. A man like that is often in need of connections, and I am an expert on such things. For the right price, naturally. You came on much too strong. Mr. Longan could see your intentions from a mile away. Because I never intended them to be hidden, my dear. Sincerity is a rare and valuable commodity in my trade. Is it now, Bertie? I think you haven't shown nearly enough, and I suspect you aren't getting what you want tonight. Burn. Like a spider sensing its prey, she already knows what's coming next. Tennant tips her hat, and in a flash, smooth as silk, she closes the distance between herself and the white-haired woman. Tell me then, how much would be enough? Tennant whispers to the bartender. Before long, 2 glasses of crimson liquor are placed before them. Tennant slides one toward Adelita.
What a fine lady you are.
A bloody sunset. Can I tempt you, madam? Adelita lifts the glass but only breathes in its fragrance.
Oops.
Bloody sunset. It ends with that word, bloody sunset. I wonder what. And just so happens, that's the next thing. Practice the art of listening by allowing others to express their opinions before you make yours known. I'm getting stuffy.
What a fine lady you are.
You can only taste this in Paris. Its name will never appear on any menu. Dark red, like the blood of a sinner. From the first taste, you'd never imagine it's made from grapes alone. It has a dryness that parches the throat until you start to crave its warmth again. Like a hungry vampire, You'll never be sated, always seeking another sip. Then you're
Oui.
hooked. Then you're hooked, my dear. Each day onwards is spent waiting in anticipation for the next bloody sunset. Adelita takes a sip and lets slip a rare smile. My, this truly is an extraordinary vintage. You may just be sincere after all, Bretty. I'm trying to make the correct name.
Fabulous.
Words like that are sweet pleasure to my ears. Adelita and Brit share. Bretty. I'm gonna say Bretty because it sounds more French like that, and I apologize if it doesn't sound if it's not pronounced like that. I'm just getting tired of being correcting this pronunciation of the name. Share the rare bloody sunset as time slips away with the faint ticking of the corner clock. At 9:42, Adelita has only a single swallow left.
Fascinating.
As a matter of pride, I always reward a good turn. Hearing that, I can't help but look forward to a gift from you. What I'll give you is a possibility, just as you gave me the bloody sunset. Adelita reaches into her jellyfish-shaped handbag, which is an actual jellyfish, and produces a small box bedazzled with jewels, its delicate silver inlay hinting at great value. Meanwhile, the arms dealer, looking worn, arrives back at the bar. As you can see, I've returned with time to spare. What's that you're drinking? Bloody sunset. Bretty recommended it to me. I promise once you taste it, you'll never forget it. If you say so, I'll give it a try. Adelita drains the last drop from her glass. A pity, Mr. Lungen. Adelita just had the final one. That's right. The last bloody sunset in this establishment, this city, maybe the country. I don't appreciate being toyed with, Adelita. Fleming waves the subject aside, annoyed. Wow. Drillon was drunk out of his mind. I couldn't get a word in edgewise. I hope at least you kept my guests entertained, Madame Cosette.
Oh.
Naturally. And I must say your timing is impeccable. Adelita was just about to show me a little surprise. A surprise? Well, go on. I could use something to pick me up. Of course. Come closer. The two lean in as Adelita flicks open the tiny bronze latch. With a crisp click, the box reveals a velvet cushion. Empty where a jewel should rest. There's nothing inside. To gain anything, one must first pay a price. The first and unchanging rule of commerce. Price? This box is the life's work of a South African pure-blooded arcanist. I call it the box from the South.
Fascinating.
All you have to do is put a diamond on the velvet cushion, then turn the hidden mechanism inside the lid, following the instructions. 8 hours later, when you reopen it, you'll find another identical diamond beside it. Whatever do you make of that, Mr. Lungen? Ha! A wry laugh escapes him. It's quite the story, I'll say that for sure. But I've got to figure that if this thing were really splitting out diamonds, then every quick from LA to Sicily would be after you. The kind of thing you don't carry around if you know what's good for you. Every treasure has its first discoverer, Mr. Lungen. When Marshall found gold at Sutter's Mill, only a handful of locals knew of his find at first. The minute hand passes 45, but none of them mention the time. The box from the south lies open in Adelita's palm, awaiting the presence of a diamond. The arms dealer studies it, caught between doubt and desire. In my experience, anything tied to Arcanum is the furthest thing from trustworthy. The way I see it, there's a simple way to test our charming lady's claim. What? You want to put a diamond inside and then lock it away for 8 hours? I can't see a reason why not. Though perhaps a stipulation is due. If the box does not yield another diamond, then Miss Adelina will pay us its value in compensation. That's still a big risk. Who is going to look after it? I'm not really keen on watching the box all night. I'm certain we can find a safe somewhere here. So why don't we lock it inside there?
Fascinating.
Allow me to set the combination, and you may hold the key. That way neither of us can touch it until our next meeting.
Oh.
That works. I can vouch for the owner. I'm game, but he feels as though he's about to make a serious gamble. But then again, what if this is another Sutter's Mill? It's a game in your favor, Fleming. One way or another, you gain. I'll even arrange the collateral, money equal to the value of 2 diamonds. If the box works, you keep the diamond and return my money. And even if Adelina disappears, you still have the collateral. Seems like a game's worth playing to me. Tennant stands between them, playing the part of a less than impartial judge. Even if I wanted to play, where would I get a diamond at this hour?
Fabulous.
My dear Fleming, you seem to have forgotten our conversation. Allow me. A pea-sized crystal glimmers in Tennant's hand, as if conjured from thin air. A round-cut diamond, brilliant and flawless, flashing dazzling light across its 58 facets. After letting it shine, Tennant closes it back into her hand. Mined from Pana, India, 1.5 carats, near colorless, intentionally flawless, excellent cut. What are the odds of that? The odds of a jewel dealer having a jewel on her person? My dear Mr. Longan, I shouldn't imagine it would surprise you. I just so happen to always have a few samples on hand for clients. The logic of the statement puts Fleming at ease. Okay, I'm in. But what's this thing worth? At market price, I would suggest 20,000 francs. So 2 would make 40,000. Would that be agreeable to the both of you? The arms dealer lowers his head, mind racing. So if I got this right, out of the gate, I'm up 20,000, enough to cover my expenses. And if this thing's a phony, I'll walk away with 40,000? For that matter, if this diamond of yours disappears, that's your problem as far as I can see. The sharp-nosed merchant smells opportunity. His eyes gleam. Sounds like a deal. Tennant sets the diamond on the falcon, and Adelina snaps the lid shut. The clock strikes 10.
Fabulous.
Come, Mr. Longan, let's ask the manager for his safe. This is the weirdest game of things here. If this locket can copy a diamond, who knows? You got time to spare. Sorry, I forgot to mute. Don't flaunt your importance. Let it speak for yourself, and that is Box from the South. Getting stuffy tonight. The Midnight Club's VIP room. Fleming, where did you manage to find 40,000 francs overnight? There are opportunities everywhere, sir. You've just got to keep an eye out for them. Monsieur de Drolon arrives to meet with Fleming early in the morning, still obviously hungover from last night's drunken revelry. So you won't be selling the Merciful Maria after all? It looks like I won't have to. I've got time to spare and money to burn. I've heard it all before. Just remember, my offer for that pistol stands. Maria. But its value here will only drop with time. Fleming leans back, relaxed. All I need to do now is move up my shipment. Then I'll really be set. I doubt it'll take long. They're going to be begging for these beauties. Picture it. You storming into your enemy's Christmas dinner with this beast, spitting lead at 700 rounds per minute. 10 seconds? No, 5. 5. And the whole family is in hell. Drolone raises a brow. How cruel. I'm not interested in judgment from a half-drunk loan shark. Now make yourself scarce. I've got more important guests coming. Whatever you will say. But just remember, if things fall through, I'm always ready to make a deal. The pawnbroker stumbles out, either unconcerned or too bleary-eyed to care. Fleming pours himself another drink, tapping his foot, waiting for the woman who can bring him 2 diamonds. 10 minutes later, the door opens and Adelita steps in lightly. Fleming rises to greet her.
Fascinating.
We meet again, Mr. Longan. I do hope it won't be a wasted trip. One way or another, we'll soon find out. Where's Madame Cosette? However in the world I will know. We never agreed on when to meet. I came now only because it was convenient. So, do we wait for her? Bertie isn't part of this game. As long as we can return her diamond, that's enough. True, no point wasting time. He wraps the safe sturdy lock with his knuckle. Then take out the box from the south and place it on the table. If you're telling the truth, then that should mean there are 2 diamonds inside.
Oops.
Let me think through that long code. She turns the lock with ease and opens the safe. The box from the south lies inside, unchanged. She lifts it out, sets it on the table, and with the same motions as last night, unlatches the lid. 2 diamonds of equal size rest on the velvet cushion. That much is undeniable. As you can see, this is the diamond Bertie provided, along with its copy. I trust you remember its value. 20,000 francs. By our agreement, you should return my collateral. This is impossible! Fleming no longer cares about the money. He crouches over, stroking the miraculous box. Despite his disbelief, he finds an impulse surging up inside him. I want that box. Name your price.
Fascinating.
A gun. A gun? I've got plenty of guns. I'd sell you one for $150.
Huh.
But I have my sights on a very particular one. Fleming lets go of the box, his thin lips pressing into a hard line. The Merciful Maria. That's the one. A beautiful little pistol. It once belonged to a mafia matriarch, and it was said that it could tell who was a traitor. Fire it at your own men, and if they're loyal, the bullets will spare every vital point of the targets. You've heard of it?
Huh.
Call it a hobby. I like digging into and collecting such curious things. And while I've heard less than pleasant rumors, I personally don't care how the gun ended up in your hands. Hurried footsteps sound outside the door. Moments later, Bertie flings herself into the room. Perfect. I'm glad to see you're still here, Adelita. Bertie? You've come just at the right time, madam. Come, take a look. She's deceiving you, Mr. Longan. The box from the south is nothing but a cheap trick. What are you saying? I saw it with my own eyes. Look at another stone. Look at another stone. Identical as far as I could tell. Though maybe you ought to take a look. I have no doubt the diamond is real, but the box from the south is far from the life's work of an arcanist. It's only a jeweled puzzle box.
Huh.
Bertie, please, I don't appreciate this attempt at ruining my deal. Without another word, Tennant draws her pistol and fires, striking the box lid dead on. Good God! The lid shatters into powder, spilling several diamonds across the table. My, you tried playing the game, huh? These diamonds, where did they come from? They were hidden in the lid. All you need to do is turn the spring, and one will pop out every 8 hours. From your point of view, it would seem like it was creating diamonds from thin air. It's a clever trick, isn't it? With 6 stones in reserve, it would take another 2 days before you'd realize something had gone wrong. Have I got that right, Adelita? The startled woman steps back from the shattered remains of the box. I don't really know all the details. I didn't make it. It just happened to fall into my hands. I hate to think you were fooled by this, Fleming. I should expect it's clear as day to you now. You investigated it? It was my diamond inside that box. It was entirely in my interest to know its secrets. Fleming glares at Adelita. You were after my pistol from the very start. Her scheme laid bare, Adelita offers no defense. I never meant for things to be like this. I should go. Fleming slams his palm on the remains of the box, sending small pieces flying off. Go? You think I'm gonna just let you walk out of here? Let her go, Fleming. What? She's a fraud. We can see that plain as day, but I do hope you can see why violence wouldn't be good for any of us. So what? She just gets away with making a fool of me? Like I'm just some dumbass tourist to be fleeced? Fleeced? Take a look at what you have right in front of you. He glances down at the table strewn with shards and at last grasps Bertie's point. Diamonds! Just think of these diamonds as your damages. Aside from my own, of course. The rest should come out to 120,000 francs. I think you'll find they're worth even more than that. I chose them specifically. Don't push your luck, Adelita. We're letting you walk away without harming a pretty hair on your head. She hesitates, her eyes lingering on the diamonds with a defeated and wistful expression. But she has to choose. I suppose I have no choice. Get out! And don't ever let me see your face again, swindler! Adelita swirls and makes for the door, brushing past Tennant on her way out. I won't forget this, Bertie. With the con artist gone, Fleming plucks the scattered diamonds up from the table, his lips twitching into a crooked grin. A bruised eagle traded for 120,000 francs. Not a bad bargain. He tosses a diamond to Tennant. Sit with me, Bertie. I owe a loyal friend of my thanks. Didn't you say you were curious about my typewares? Imagine having a pistol like that's magical. That it could actually tell who's a traitor to its wielder. Synthetic diamonds is the next thing you're going through. It is best to offer suggestions rather than commands. Always ensure that the other person is allowed to speak for themselves. Kind of like reading these things before starting these, but I wonder why it's called synthetic diamonds, for example. I should have trusted you sooner, Bertie. You really saved my bacon back there. I never imagined things could go this smoothly. That client you introduced me was perfect. My first shipment is already out. I believe my fee was 10% of the deal, cash. Fleming leans in closer, locking eyes with Tennant. I was waiting to see when you name your price. Fleming bursts into a belly laugh, then pulls a thick stack of bills from his coat and hands it over. There's no better conversation than one that ends with money, and no easier conversation partner than someone who wants yours. Say, you'd call yourself a business person, wouldn't you? Last time I checked. But I get the feeling you've got something else going. What's your real angle? Research. Pointless research, I'm afraid. Far from profitable. Research? It isn't worth wasting words. The car comes to a steady stop at the curb.
My apologies.
I should go. Best of luck with your business, Fleming. You live here? Do you mind if I were to swing by sometime? I'm out, Mr. Fleming. Huh? I have no intention of digging myself deeper into the arms trade. This was just a means to an end. No, wait! Can't I just come by as a friend? Allow me to stress this. I'm not interested. Not about business? Just a drink? Conversation? Maybe we'll find other ways to work together. Yeah, don't push your luck, man. If you insist, we can go upstairs and talk. Synthetic Diamond Lab. The room is nothing like what Fleming imagined. No heavy grandfather clock in the corner, no mounted trophies on the walls, no spacious, luxurious sofa in sight.
My apologies.
I'm afraid I'm far from set up to entertain guests. This is a lab, not a parlor. You actually live here? Tennant sighs helplessly and sets the cash she just received on the table. Every franc I earn goes into the instruments and the materials in this room. 750,000 francs so far. Fleming's face twitches, his scars contorting with it. What could possibly be worth that much? We really shouldn't talk business, Fleming. Besides, I worry you'll start comparing me to Adelita. What does that fraud have to do with this? Come on, Bertie, let me in on this thing. You're a smart gal. If you spent 750,000 francs on this place, well, I refuse to believe it's something foolish. Reluctantly, Tennant picks up a clear beaker and swirls it, the crisp clink echoing through the lab. Tiny sparks glimmer at the bottom. These are diamonds, but they weren't mined from any pits. The wall mineral is nothing more than charcoal, and they were made right here in this little room. Give me a break, diamonds? Really? Tennant sets the beaker back down and covers it with a handkerchief. See, Fleming, this is why I didn't want to talk about it. I assume you think this is just another scam. No, not at all. Now I see. This is why you expose Adelita's tricks so quickly. You're exactly who you say you are, an expert in your trade. And you and that Foster are nothing alike. I can feel it. You're calm, disciplined, my friend. You're a scientist. A true scientist. And this is one hell of a science. Diamonds from charcoal? I've heard of the idea before. Tell me, Bertie, who else knows this technique? For now, just you and me. And once they're made, they stay diamonds? I've never seen one turn back into charcoal. Fleming steps forward, lifts the handkerchief without asking, and peers into the beaker. The diamonds refract the light, dazzling in his eyes. He breathes hard, squinting. We could do something big with this, Bertie. Growing diamonds? Just think of the money. We would need more than this lab. To produce anything at capacity and make it cost effective, we need a proper factory. Then tell me, how much to turn your little lab into an underground factory? Tennant takes a long moment to form her answer. 10 million francs. Phew. This is a deep business, and it okay. Again, 10 million francs. Wow. I'm not sure how much francs were. I'm gonna have to type this out. I'm gonna have to figure out how much it is. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is it here. So I just came back with it, and it looks like if you put 10 million francs, yeah, 10 million francs is about 17,620 $17,000. Wait, $17,620.70 in U.S. currency. Wow, that's honestly not what I expected. Almost $18,000 to make a factory like that. Who knows? I'm not sure if this is true or not, but hey, why not? So, never press others about personal matters. They always reveal themselves in time. Alright, we're almost there. Just 2 more to go, I guess, or 3 more to go. That's a poncho. I didn't expect you to see you again, Fleming. From behind the thick glass wall of the counter, Jerome pokes out with a bemused look on his face. Thought you just pulled off a big deal? Have you burned through all that money so soon? Don't ask stupid questions, Jerome. You'll live longer. But of course, your business is your own. Only I wonder if you're willing to name the price on that pistol of yours now. Fleming shoots him a look of cold disdain as he sets a plain wooden box on the counter. And withered hand reaches across it, opens it, and snaps it shut again. She is beautiful indeed. So what sort of deal are you after? 10 million. Cash. Impossible. He pushes the box back across the glass. Damn it! You realize that right there is the Merciful Maria. It may be, it may not be. All I can see is a greedy Fleming. It has a fine story, bloody, dark. I may have a customer, but for 10 million? As I told you before, my offer was only ever going to drop. Fleming slides the pistol box back across the counter again. 9. 8. And naturally, you'll be singing all the relevant transfers. Signing all of the relevant transfers. Deal. Voila! Sign here. I'll have the money sent your way. Minus a 5% fee, of course. You slummy old drunk! After I strike it rich, I'll buy this whole block and put you out on the street. I can't do the accent no more. He scrawls his name across the page. I will be looking forward to that day, monsieur. Sorry. Fleming turns, his step and demeanor a combination of excitement and anger. It's a plain, tired old man just across the street from the pawn shop. Tennant leans against the window, idly spinning a revolver. Cobwebs glint faintly in the corner, waiting for some unlucky insect.
Fabulous.
Fleming's been in that pawn shop for 20 minutes now. You think you'll get 10 million? The cylinder snaps open, spins fast under her thumb, then clicks shut again. Empty. I can hardly imagine Jerome being that generous, can you? The old fox might barely be able to walk without wobbling, but he's still sharp. Little doubt he'll sniff out Fleming's desperation. You think you'll get 7? A cylinder spins again, stops, still empty. I doubt he'd part with it for less. We are talking about the merciful Maria. Our friend went to great lengths, from procuring those diamonds to fixing up that box, just to get her hands on it. So 8 million. The cylinder spins a third time with a faint whir, just as Fleming comes to view outside Tennant's window. Tennant holds the cylinder still, a diamond bullet ready in its chamber. From the look on his face, I do believe you're right on the money. 8 million is still a fine haul, enough to buy a villa in St. Remis, complete with a Second Empire stone fireplace and southern sunlight. I can see it now, fully electrified, ready for everything a modern life requires. Money isn't the goal of this game of ours. 10 million is just the bottom line, the only way to prove the seeker's sincerity. Say what you will about the man, he's crafty. I do believe he'll find a way to gather that final 2 million. You should head back to your little lab. Odds are he's eager to get that money in your hands. No, I doubt that. Oh? Tennant watches as Fleming turns and disappears into the alley. I said he was crafty, but note I didn't say wise. I'm sure when he first laid eyes on those synthetic gemstones, he was giddy with delight. But now the rush has worn off. He's pawned off his most prized possession, and now he's wandering Paris, laden with cash. No, I believe he'll cool off first.
Fabulous.
Then, because he is crafty, if not clever, I do believe he'll make an effort to hedge his bets. He might start digging into just who this Bertie Cosette really is. Oh, so you think Bertie's about to be exposed? How will she handle it? With sincerity, as always. Sincerity is her greatest strength. She's really confident. I mean, she was actually my first. I'm not sure if it's I gotta say legendary, a 6-star character that I got, and yeah, she was pretty good. I'm not sure if she's a 6-star or maybe a 5. No, it's definitely a 6-star or a 5-star. I'm not too sure. I can't really remember. British Isles news. Focus on subjects that build longing, leave greed to take hold on its own. Huh. I guess something is about to be broadcasted in the news. Since the 19th century, scholars have theorized diamonds could be made through industrial means. But human industry still hasn't discovered the technology needed to sustain the pressure and heat necessary to turn carbon into diamond. However, certain arcanists of special bloodlines know another path to creating diamonds. Sir Lawrence Tennant, a British colonial officer in India, was able to use an arcane skill to turn charcoal into diamonds. The name was in her lore, by the way. It was mentioned in one of the lore when you do build up her bond enough. It just tells a little story of it. So she might be related to this Lawrence Tennant. Lawrence Tennant. And his sole daughter, Ada Tennant, inherited the same fraudulent craft. So her real name was Ada. The rest is a series of criminal accusations against Tennant related to diamonds, and a brief mention of his daughter, Ada Tennant. Fleming sets the papers down, his face dark as he stares at the private detective in the passenger seat. A clipping from the England? That's all you got for me? I paid you to investigate Bertie Cosette, not some missing charlatan. Sir, I think this is more than enough to provide the answers you need. I trust you recognize the detailers in this report. An unidentified fugitive woman, and the arcane skill that turns charcoal into diamonds. The detective gives him a pointed white wink. Let me process this. You're saying Bertie Cosette is Ada Tennant? I would say the evidence is clear, Mr. Lungan. No one but the Tennant family knows how to turn charcoal into diamonds. That's all I've got. Now I need to get going. I have other clients to tend to. You understand. He lowers his hat and leaves the car. Fleming leans back in his seat. His eyes drift up and lock on the car's ceiling. He needs a drink. Or a cigar. Both, maybe? But neither can be found in this car. Tennant. He slaps the driver's shoulder hard. To Cosette! Damn it, I mean Tennant's! The door flies open from a weighty kick. Tennant! At the far end of the room, a woman leans out from behind a row of equipment. You seem flustered, Fleming. I hope you're not in any danger. Danger? You are the danger. You're not Bertie Cosette. You're the daughter of an old fraud. Ada Tennant. He slams the newspaper clipping down on the table. Tennant arches a brow and strolls to the table. She grabs the newspaper with a casual motion. She makes a play of scanning over the words. Once, twice, then tosses it back onto the table. I suppose he had a good reason. Still, I hadn't expected you to hire someone to dig into my past.
My apologies.
Fair is fair, Mr. Longin. I am Ada Tennant. Fleming is speechless, half stammering, as if he had still hoped she would deny it. I mean, that's not her policy. She ain't gonna lie. She ain't gonna go around the bush. She's truly sincere. So what about it? What do you mean? You deceived me, and now you say, so what? You've swindled me just like that Froster, Adelita. Is that so? What have you lost, sir? Have I taken a single franc from you I hadn't earned? Unconsciously, Fleming rubs the silver ring on his pinky, replaying every detail since he'd met this Petite Cosette. Petite exposed Adelita's trick with the box from the south, leaving him with silver real diamonds. Petite helped him close a lucrative deal, and the commission she took was fairly earned. As for synthetic diamonds, Petite never tried to share that secret. I admit I am not Petite Cosette, but surely you can see why I might use an alias in our line of work. As for Sir Tennant, it has been many years since I last saw him. I can still recall the weight of the massive diamond that he placed in my hand, but we're far from close. I never foresaw that those clear, glittering stones would bring such hardship for my family. She lifts a sharp pear-shaped diamond, then closes in on Fleming. Wait, stay back! What are you doing? Tennant holds the diamond before his eyes and lets go. Instinctively, the arms dealer catches it. The 100-carat stone tumbles in his palm. That is the largest diamond I've ever produced in this lab, but even its size falls short of what my arcane skill can fake. Tennant spreads her hand wide, drawing his gaze to the countless synthetic diamond machines around her. If I truly meant to turn charcoal into diamonds with my arcane skill, then what use would I have for all of this equipment? I refuse to walk my father's path, Fleming. The arcane skill will only lead me to the same fate. Ruin, exile, stripped of name and honor. So then this setup? What's the difference, really? The diamond in your hand was made by theory and precision instruments. It's a product of industry and science, not arcanum. Like a soda from a bottling company, or a bit of canned beef, abundant, mass-produced, bringing fast wealth to its maker. For a moment, Fleming freezes, a brow furrowed as he stares at the stone in his palm. Brilliant, flawless, impossibly hard, indistinguishable from the real thing. Keep it. Even the sharpest-eyed jeweler in the world would tell you this stone is authentic, identical in composition. Take it as compensation for my little deception. He presses the pear-shaped diamond against the metal frame of the chair and scrapes hard. With a shrill screech, the groove edges into the steel, and the diamond is untouched. And what do you plan to do now? I'll send you flawless stones regularly, so long as you keep this operation secret. Then I'll keep building capital until I raise a factory and a network of distributors, then earn even more. What's worth pursuing other than profit? Profit. His fist tightens around the synthetic diamond. You aren't wrong. I underestimated you. No, in fact, I'm beginning to admire you, Madame Tennant. I could tell, deep down, we're the same kind of people. Whatever do you mean? I mean, I'm not gonna hold the past against you. I'll still make my investment. But here's the deal. Once everything is started, I run the factory.
Fabulous.
And I would just be the technician then. Absolutely. I'll get started on the plans. You and me, Tennant. We're gonna turn the diamond market of Europe... No, the whole world upside down. Ooh. Oh. I'm not sure if it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good for a while. Then it's just gonna be downward spiral. So the last thing is the merciful Maria. Always keeps things nice and tidy. Alright. I gotta crack my knuckles here. Ooh. What a beautiful view. Hold on. I like this picture here. So that's I think that's the full picture to the background in the menu. I'll miss the fields and villages outside Paris, but a journey like this comes with its own thrills. And what does my dear illustrious beauty think of it? Eternity is still appreciating her newest addition, the merciful Maria. Holy shit. I mean, holy crap. It looks like they were in on it. And not a scam? Maybe? Wait. Rare, dazzling, gaudy in its power, priceless in appearance, and acquired at nearly no cost. Don't expect too much of me now, Bretty. A trip like this always leaves me sore and tired. I'm in no mood for it anymore. Haven't you taken a liking to that name? Shall I go by Madame Cassette a little longer for you? You know how I crave novelty, Ada. Like that bloody sunset you treated me to. If it left you longing, we could plan another night out for drinks. But then, surely you knew it was only a raspberry cocktail. It was a raspberry cocktail? I really want to try something like that out. But unfortunately, my doctor says nothing sweet. A lovely way to signal our little conspiracy. Memorable. Fun even, wasn't it? Neither of us imagined we'd cross paths at that party with the same goal in mind. But just look at the surprise we crafted together. This was truly an unbelievable gift, Ada. All I really paid was a few lies and some diamonds destined to turn back into charcoal. Truly you ought to be thanking our dear Mr. Longin. I'd call that a happy ending. So she did deceive him. Oh, don't forget one small cost. My box from the south, stuffed with diamonds. Of course, a clever box and a handful of sparkling stones. Perfect bait for that first taste of trust. And smashing the box, that was thrilling. Unforgettable. I'll cherish this little performance of ours forever. It was a true stroke of brilliance to bring in that detective. Every single angle accounted for it, so the detective was in it as well. This is a massive con. That clipping may have exposed Bertie, but it let Tennant twist Fleming into believing an even deeper story. Though it does make me wonder what became of the real Bertie. At last, Tennant shares her secret candy. The real Madame Cassette is still abroad, recovering from gastritis. She won't be returning to France for a long time. So it was real. It was a risk, taking on a real name like that. I knew Fleming wouldn't argue at the point. He still thinks we're building that factory. Their laughter is carried on the wind down the French country road. You know what we're missing? Some sound techs, a camera perhaps, and a crew to cheer, "Hi, successful!" Something we might broadcast to the world. You've won me over, Ada. Have you thought of our next move? If you'll join me, we can lay low together for a while. I know someone with a very special suitcase. Fervid, huh? Is this when she actually recruited Eternity here? Really? So the entire thing was a heist. Oh, look at that. Bonnie and Clyde. That's the achievement I get from this thing. So with that, we have done it. But now, unfortunately, with that completed, all I need to do is complete my story. Complete some stuff like... let me see. An Imagine Box spending activity. So you know how this works, right? In order for you to get the rewards for this here, you gotta complete this Anecdote Reminiscence just by doing stuff in the game. You'll earn this stuff a lot. So we need about 7 of these things in order for us to get the full reward. But that's it. That's all there is to it. That is the Diamond Con. That is the Tennant's story. So, as always, guys, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like or dislike. Any comments would be helpful if you have anything to say about this little story here. And again, if you wish to support my channel by clicking that subscribe button, please do so. It'll be greatly appreciated, and I will love you all for it. And if you want to check out my YouTube channel for more of my games that I have uploaded recently in this week, please do so. I have done, I believe, I guess an anecdote for Nautica and Muldeer. And I have done the story, part 1 as well, if you want to check that out. And I've gotten recently to some horror games that I've recently got back on to my channel as well during Halloween, or at least last holiday. And it's quite difficult for me to try to catch up to the series here and all. So I plan on doing another horror game after this video. Maybe tomorrow. I'll post it tomorrow, maybe, or I could post it next week. Who knows, right? So, as I will mention before, I still have to do part of Chapter 11, and we're still going to catch up either way. And I'll let you know my progress during this whole thing, because I plan on completing all those achievements of the event, and I will do so. And there's still a lot more to do. And yeah, that's all I gotta do. All I gotta say. I'm sorry for dragging this along. I hope you guys have a good night, had a good weekend, and I hope you guys enjoy your Monday or your weekday. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the new video. So peace out, and have an awesome week. Bye.